Hi all, this is another interesting Blitz game from the FIDE World Blitz Championship. This is in round 21. Magnus was playing against Anton Korobov. So this is a 2600 plus Grandmaster with the black pieces. Let's see what happened. D4 for Magnus, knight f6, knight f3, e6, and a slightly unusual bishop g5. h6. More usual here is actually c5. For example, black might be able to equalize with this kind of thing with taking on d4 and then knight d5. This has been seen before as a way of trying to equalize. But we have h6. This is a little bit more ambitious from black, as if black might be interested in g5 later. We see after d6, c3, white is not actually too worried about g5, because otherwise maybe h3 would be played to give the bishop a kind of route to the h2 square potentially. But Magnus is not worried about losing the dark square bishop. So g5, bishop g3, knight h5. So the bishop has no escape. e4, bishop g7, bishop d3, knight d7, knight bd2, b6, queen e2, bishop b7. Now knight c4. And if black's not careful here, there is an immediate threat of bishop takes d6, for example, which looks a little bit scary. It's here queen e7 was played. If black castles kingside, the problem is any knight takes, h takes, the h file could be quite dangerous later. White could play on the queen, castle queenside. So queen e7, knight fd2 hits h5, asking it if it's going to take it. It does. H takes g. We have a6, and now f4, very interesting, d5, and you might think, okay, this is interesting, does white really want to play e takes? In fact, Magnus did. Bishop takes, now knight e3, bishop b7, and now bishop e4, trying to weaken black on the light squares. Black's already in a difficult situation here. If casting queenside, then bishop takes b7 check. This position here is actually really quite pleasant for white. White does have the edge. Black took here, and now knight takes, f5, knight d2, and we have the move knight f6. Magnus castles queenside, and now a bit of a blunder actually. But it's a difficult position, to be fair. Black is actually already in a really difficult position here. Black castled, and can you see what Magnus plays in this position, which ended the game? If I give you 5 seconds to pause the video. Okay. Knight takes f5. Yeah, the power of the pinned piece is illusionary, a famous quotation. That pawn is pinned here. Black resigned here. And also, it would... so taking, we just take the queen, and if the queen moved, then knight takes h6 check. So yeah, a bit of a disaster. But if we have a look at this position, it's actually tricky for black. A lot of the legwork's been done to reach a very dangerous position. a6 is hanging, so black can't really castle queenside. Taking on a6 or even knight takes f5 first is still on, then taking on a6. So if king f7 instead, this position is pretty unpleasant for black. There's still an idea of knight takes f5 here, because e takes, there's queen c4 check and picking up the queen. So actually it's just a really difficult position. On knight d5, then check, this just leaves white with a really big advantage as well. This position, f takes g, white's got a big advantage here. So the legwork's really been done prior to the blunder. It isn't in a vacuum of here. So yeah, it just shows that the games are obviously going to be a lot more decisive, because there's a lot more blunders to punish, be able to punish. If you enjoyed this Blitz game, then please click on the top left box, which should appear shortly. You can become a member at chessbowl.net, play against other YouTubers. You can also check the YouTube analysis in advance on these games from the improved menu, learn from the Masters YouTube order button. Comments, questions, donations, see the description, like, share, subscribe with the notification bell, really appreciate it. Thanks very much.